Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Where do I start? Well, as far as I'm aware, there's 13 different types, and I've got the hypmobilty Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And what a lot of medics think is that Ehlers-Danlos syndrome just affects your joints. Well, I can tell them that's an absolute load of rubbish. Yes, it does affect your joints, but not just your joints. It affects you head to toe. It's a connective tissue disorder. Your whole body's made out of connective tissue. And yes, your joints have the connective tissue in there as well, so it does affect your joints. So yeah, you do get dislocations and stuff and pain, but doctors don't realise it's so much more than just your joints. And this is where the awareness needs to be put out there. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome can affect your eyes, your teeth, look, your teeth, your eyes. Another reason why my eyes are wearing glasses and that, your teeth. The reason why I've lost my teeth. It can affect your insides. So I have a catheter because of my Ehlers-Danlos. I'm incontinent because of my Ehlers-Danlos. I have stomach problems because of my Ehlers-Danlos. I have healing problems because of my Ehlers-Danlos. I have stretchy skin because of my Ehlers-Danlos. I have nerve pain which goes to the top of my head because of my Ehlers-Danlos. I'm weak when I stand up because of my Ehlers-Danlos as well, not just my POTS. And a lot of medics don't realise that can happen as well. They don't realise it affects your teeth, your eyes, all your organs, your bladder, your stomach, your bowels. They don't realise that. They just think, oh, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Oh, so you dislocate. Yeah, you do. You do dislocate. But it's so much more than dislocations. Like, I do dislocate, but I get more affected internally with my Ehlers-Danlos than what I do with my joints. But when I tell a doctor that, who isn't a specialist, they don't understand it. They're like, nah, it's just your joints what gets affected by Ehlers-Danlos. My specialist understands that it can affect your joints and all your internal organs because he's a specialist in EDS and POTS. He knows that. He knows it can affect teeth, eyes, stomach, bowels, bladder. Because head to toe, you're made of connective tissue. So it's not just your bones. And GPs and other medics who aren't specialists in this field of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome or POTS need to realise that it is your entire body that can get affected by Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Yes, so right, your joints do, but it isn't just your joints. And this is where it needs to change. And this is where we need to get medics to understand that it's not just joints, it's your whole body, including all your organs. As well, a lot of us with Ehlers-Danlos are resistant to local anaesthetic. I can't remember the reason, but you go and tell a dentist that, or a doctor, they're like, nah, that's not possible, nobody's resistant to local anaesthetic. Well, guess what, Sherlock? We freaking are. So give us something else than your normal stuff, So, because of the lack of awareness, they don't understand it. And also, if we start telling them that EDS affects your not just your joints, but your insides, your stomach, your bowels, your bladder, your resistance to local anaesthetic, it affects your teeth, they're gonna look at you like, you ain't got no medical degree, mate. Who are you to tell me that? Well, I've lived with it for long enough, mate. And you should listen. And it's true. And like I said as well, I do dislocate, but I dislocate my jaw, my joints, my wrists, my ankle. I've done all that before. Slow healing, but I do get more affected internally with my EDS. My high mobility EDS internally affects me more. But if I tell a GP that or medica don't understand, they don't believe me. They just think it's joints. They need to understand as well that You know, hypermobility Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's not one of the ones which is severe like vascular EDS. But what they need to realise though is because it does affect your whole body, you still do have a chance of rupturing one of your main arteries. It's a hell of a lot less likely compared to vascular EDS, but it can still happen. My specialist has sent me to hospital several times because he's thought I've ruptured my aorta because of the pain I've had, you know, because of the EDS. So it can happen, it's just rare, but it can happen. But you tell any other doctor that, they don't believe it. So there needs to be a hell of a lot more awareness for hypermobility EDS, that it doesn't just affect your joints, it affects you from top to bottom, eyes, teeth, everything, and not just your joints. And I'm pretty sure all you guys understand that. And also this resistance to local anaesthetic. I'm pretty sure you understand that if you live with it, and I hope you do understand that. If not, look up on EDS UK, look on all different studies. It is not just your joints. But if you tell a GP or a medic to look on EDS UK or another study, they can't be bothered because they've already got the God complex. And it does annoy me because then we get the wrong treatment, and it's not always easy to get a hold of our consultant for help. So sorry about that rant, but I wanted to express about the awareness needed about hypermobility, EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and the other Ehlers-Danlos syndromes as well. And hypermobility, Ehlers-Danlos, you can rupture things inside as well, it's just less likely. So yeah, and also there's this new huge link between Ehlers-Danlos hypermobility type and hypermobility and autism. I have got autism as well. So that's something you should look up as well. I've done other videos about the autism and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but definitely look up about that. It's very interesting, and there is a link. But I want to express again, Ehlers-Danlos is not just your joints, and the medical field need to understand that because they give us the wrong treatment, and by doing that, could mess us up even more. Yes, that's why there's specialists out there, but specialists aren't always easy to get hold of. Your GP is meant to be your go-to doctor, and if they don't get you, what's the point of even going to see them? You know, if they don't want to believe that EDS is more than just joints, what's the point in going to see them? Because they could probably give you something which makes you worse. So, yeah, my whole point is there needs to be more awareness that EDS and hypermobility EDS and hypermobility is not just your joints. Yes, your joints is a problem, but it affects you from top to bottom. So, and look what it's done to my teeth. I got 11 teeth left, you know, and I had to be put under general anaesthetic because no local anaesthetic worked for me because of my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I had to be put to sleep for it. So, yeah, there needs to be more awareness about it. And yeah, especially around the hypermobility Ehlers-Danlos syndrome because that is the more common one. And you would think because it's more common they would understand it more, but they don't. And yeah, there is 13 different types. So yeah, sorry about the rant, but I just wanted to put it out there about Ehlers-Danlos hypermobility type, and help you guys as well if you didn't know. And if you don't know and you don't believe me, look it up as well, and about the autism side as well. So yeah, sorry if I've come across rude. I don't mean it. It just really frustrates me. With doctors who don't want to believe the patient who's lived with it, and yeah, it's a nightmare, especially when you're a patient who ends up in hospital quite a lot as well. But yeah, I also have POTS as well, autism and seizures, reflex not seizures, which you can see on my other videos. But yeah, so yeah, thanks for listening. If I haven't pissed you off, please like and subscribe, means a lot. Have a good day. Cheers and go on.